If you ever had a app idea, SaaS, web app, or software, but you've never shipped it, then vibe coding is probably for you. I was just like you. I had many ideas. I actually had an idea maybe 6 months ago, and I thought, this is the next £1 million idea. I'm going to make loads of money off this, and I want to go ahead and try and code it and build it myself. I actually end up using an AI tool to vibe code. Now, back then, there was some stigma around what type of tech stack or tools you would use for certain things. This specific project was firstly way out my league for my first project, and I didn't know what I was doing at all. I wanted to build a web app and then have a mobile app synced together, but I didn't even know how to build a web app or a mobile app anyway, so to try and build both at the same time was actually ridiculous. So what I decided to do is pick one tool. I ended up using Data Button at the time, not one that I would recommend to use now, but I started using that and started vibe coding this web app. And at first it looked pretty good, pretty cool. I had a logo, I built the functions, and it kind of worked. But I fell into so many errors, and I realized that I wasn't vibe coding properly. I thought I was, but I wasn't. Now, fast forward, 6, 7 months till today, the game has completely changed. There are certain tech stacks and trusted platforms you would use depending on the type of application you want to build, whether that be a mobile app, SaaS, web app, software, regardless of what you want to build. So it's important to understand why vibe coding now is definitely the way to go, and why 6, 7 months ago people were dabbling in it, but they were shitting on it. To be honest, they were saying it's not this, it's not that, but nowadays it's really, really good. I want to get into a couple of those points. Okay, so firstly, obviously I want to talk about the tech stacks and the new AI tools that now exist today, and that have advanced from 6, 7 months ago till now. So if you want to build a mobile app, then the best tech stack for you to use really is Cursor AI, Supabase. And there's some other tools you want to use, but they're your two main: your front end to build UI and stuff, and then your back end, your storage and all that kind of stuff as well. So Cursor and Supabase are banging. Lovable is really good for simple web apps and simple like SaaS and software. But when it comes to more advanced SaaS and software, again, you want to be using Cursor. Cursor is so good because you can chop and change what agent models, what AI models you want to use, right? If you want to use, I think it's called Anthropic, and implement Claude Code, then you can. You've got Opus as well. You've got Sonnet. You've got so many different types of coders that can do the most advanced things. So when I was building my most recent SaaS software as a service, I actually built it in Lovable, and it outgrew Lovable very, very quickly. Luckily, I had learned how I can actually put that into GitHub, extract that from GitHub, and then put it into Cursor as well. So I had the same code, I had the same project I was building, but now I'm building it on a bigger scale and basically on a better foundation as well. So I could actually build more advanced features for my SaaS to actually help vibe coders as well, and then actually get the features I wanted, right? Lovable couldn't handle what I wanted, but Cursor could, and then I obviously implemented Supabase at the back end as well. Point number 2 is vibe coding is super easy to learn, but you need to learn the right things, right? So a lot of people will sit there and pretend like, oh, anyone can vibe code, and it kind of is the case, but it kind of isn't, right? You need to understand how UI works and how the back end works as well. You don't need to be a nerd, you don't need to be a computer scientist and go do computer science and a degree for 3-4 years at university, but you need to understand how they work and why you need both, how to put them together. Once you start understanding that, then you start understanding the front end, the back end, and then you start understanding basically what's possible, what kind of features you can do. Then you start understanding AI, how you can use ChatGPT or different AI wrappers to build AI function in apps, right? For example, Cow AI is a perfect example of a ChatGPT or an AI wrapped app, where it's just an app wrapped in an AI and the AI does all the work. Now, yes, they have other features, but it just goes to show what is possible. So many ideas, and you're not limited by things nowadays. Number 3 is advice for vibe coding is everywhere, and the fact that you're using AI to actually build and code these things, you can also use AI as an assistant to help you with this as well. So if you're getting stuck and you can't find the things you need, then you can actually go ahead and use ChatGPT, Claude Code, Grok, whatever platform you want to use to become your assistant to actually advise you and help you if you get stuck with issues, errors, and all that kind of stuff as well. But also, don't forget, you can use Cursor as an assistant as well, right? A lot of people ask me, like, oh, how do I set up Cursor? How do I use Cursor? Certain things you need to do, yes. But also, you have to remember that it's AI. You can ask it to tell you something rather than code you something, because at the end of the day, it's all pulling from these AI generated machines. So you need to take advantage of the things you use. I mean, you can use Grok and ChatGPT if you want to, but when you've got basically built-in AI assistant and AI coder in Cursor, why would you not use it? You can do the same with Lovable. You can do the same with any of them, Anti-Gravity and Base 44. But you need to just basically pick a tech stack, stick to that, and then let that be your assistant, because ultimately as well, that AI is going to know your project better than any ChatGPT or Grok would, no matter how much you explain it. Why? Because it's coded it. It's coded it for you. It can read the backend, it can read the files, it can read everything for you. So it has all the information, the data, and the knowledge to help you if you have a specific problem or you're stuck and you don't know where to go next as well. And number 4, vibe coding is the future. There will always be programmers around and software developers, but we can develop any software, any app, any SaaS, any web app we desire, even websites now with using AI, right? And vibe coding is so good because it's very easy to get into once you know what you're doing. And then once you can do that, you sort of rinse and repeat, and you learn on the job, you learn as you go, and you try different things and new things as well. And when you realize that you can vibe code, you realize that vibe coding isn't the hard part. Vibe coding is the easy and the fun part. Obviously there's maintenance and stuff, but you actually have to dive into the world of marketing to actually market your product. When you build a SaaS, a mobile app, or a web app, or whatever it is, you need to understand that vibe coding is 10% of that. And you build your product, especially if it's an MVP, and you're pushing that out and shipping that to your audience very early on to get people to sign up on wait lists and stuff. Obviously there's more vibe coding to do, but it's the marketing that takes time. It's the marketing that's actually going to drive customers. Obviously, yes, your product and your software and the functions and the features of it need to be good enough, but they don't need to be crazy insane. Some of these apps are so stupidly dumb. They do one thing and that's literally it, and they're making tens, hundreds, millions of dollars per month and per year as well. So vibe coding is definitely the future. If you're thinking about starting, if you're thinking about an idea that you've had for an app or a SaaS or a software, something that you would use, something that you think other people would use, then I recommend definitely get started. Check out the links in the description. I've got a free guide on the 3 foundational pillars to actually help you get started. And then I've also got my own SaaS, Vibebase, which actually helps new and existing vibe coders plan your apps. There's a whole course inside to teach you how to vibe code, how to use all the tools. The recommended tech stacks I would recommend to you to use for a mobile app, software, SaaS, or a web app. Community calls, community page where we can talk to like-minded people as well, and then a whole planning whiteboard to actually plan your whole app, which is super important, so basically it doesn't fail, and to track your app and track all your progress as well. So it's an all-in-one AI platform to help vibe coders with all their projects. Check out both links in the description, and I'll see you boys on the next one. Peace.